Hey, what's going on YouTube? Back with a real review here on the XA589 bike light slash speedometer slash stopwatch. They've got a few different names for it. I was looking for a speedometer and a light for my road bike, and I happened to come across this little guy who's pretty interesting. It's a light and a speedometer in one. It has some other settings as well, and it also comes with a horn, which I thought was kind of interesting. I've never thought about using a horn on a speedometer, but let's look at it here. So it is micro USB. It's not micro USB-C. It has 5 life hours. I haven't put them on the bike and tested them out yet, but you've got a few switches. Let's just look at it. Let's just get into the thing. You know, packaging seems nice enough. Made in China, like 95% of everything is. So no surprise there, especially for the price point. I paid, I want to say, $13, $14. I think they had like a $2 coupon at the time. In the box, you're going to get a little user manual. Never read that unless you have a problem. This is the backlight. I believe you click it. You hear a little, it makes a click. I believe that's how you turn it on. And there's a back strap. We'll look at it more once we get everything out of the package. This is the horn right here. So what you do is one button pushes the horn, the other button, I'm not sure what it does, but we'll try and figure that out as we go. And you attach it through micro USB to the main light, the front light. That's also the speedometer. This is your charging cable, as well as the magnet device that you attach to your spoke so that the machine can tell how fast or how slow you're going. And this is the main unit itself. This is the speedometer, as I like to call it. They call it a stopwatch. I don't know who uses a stopwatch when biking, but that is an option if you want to go down that route. So let's look at it here. This is the unit. It's got power button and a plus and minus button. The screen size, honestly, it looks like 1.5 inches. That's the only con on this device that I've seen so far, is that the screen is awfully small. But I digress. I'll have to see what it's like when I actually go riding, if I have to squint to see it. But I don't think it'll be that big of a deal, honestly. Up here, you got the big fisheye. We'll give that a turn on in a second. And down here, you see this circle with an arrow. I'm not sure what that arrow means, but this is the horn underneath. And I did test out the horn, and oh my goodness, it's frightening how loud it is. But I guess that's better than not being heard at all. So one click to turn it on. It's kind of always in a standby mode. And let me see if I can get a nice shot there on that. It's got a few settings. This is distance. This is usually what I keep it on. You have a MXS setting. We'll look in the manual, see what that's all about. Average speed, AVS, TM, time mode perhaps. We'll look into that. And the odometer here. Odometer and DST. Interesting. It seems to be cycling now. Oh, so this, on this mode, you can see it's cycling through all the different settings if you put it on the last setting, like a round robin kind of deal. I kind of like that. So yeah, that's the main unit. It's got the battery life and all that. Let's turn on the light. Pretty bright light. It's a bit harder to see it on camera, but from what I'm seeing, looking around my room and stuff, it's pretty bright. If you were at night, you could definitely see pretty well. It's got a high beam, a low beam, a flashing orange and white beam, a solid orange beam. See it on the table there. And then it goes back to bright lights. You hold it down for about 2 seconds, turns it off, and the unit itself will turn off after it's not being used for like 5 minutes, which is nice because I do forget to turn things off sometimes. So let's get this all hooked up now. So while we're still down here on the table level, before we go install it on the bike, I do want to show you just how loud this horn is. It's no joke loud. So on the back here, you're going to see this part right here is what you connect to the speedometer part of this gadget that goes down onto your front wheel spoke. And then you open this guy up here, and that's the charging port. But when you're not charging it, you hook up your horn to this to give the horn power. And we're about to let this guy fly. Just a warning, this is very loud, so you might want to turn down your headphones or your speakers. They said one is in a reset and one's in open, but it seems when I press both, they just make random noises. But all right, here we go. Oh, okay. Well, one, yeah, ear-piercingly loud. You'll be heard a mile away with this thing. So the bottom button will make the sound you want it to make, and then the top button will cycle through all the sounds. Oh my goodness. I think that one's the worst. Woo! That's terrifying. Gosh, that sounds like a prison door being open. Alright, I think we have two more. A chirping of 1,000 birds. And someone backing up the motorized cart at a grocery store. Alright, is there any more? Alright, there you go. So that's very loud. Like, I feel like that will cause hearing damage if you heard that all day. So yeah, that's the unit down here on the ground level. Alright, so I got everything hooked up to the bike. This is the magnet that you're put on the spoke, and then right here is the receiver. Now make sure when you do this, you get it so close that it's almost touching, because I had originally had this a little bit higher and it wasn't getting a reading, so I had to push it down to make sure that it was actually picking up on the device. And you could see there, the device came on once it got the reading from the magnet down there. That's how the model looks. I took off the front reflector so I could make room for this unit here. And there's the light. It's really bright outside, so you can't really see much. But everything seems to be working fine. Coming over to the back of the bike, I put the rear light right underneath the rear reflector because I had enough space for it. And yeah, there you go. I'd probably leave it in like a blinking mode like that. Definitely would help out in the field. But all in all, I mean, I got to run some more tests, make sure the computer is working fine. But from what I can see so far, for what I paid, like 14 bucks, not bad. Not bad. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.